Hey guys, it's Chelsea back with Quilted and Curious, and I have some absolutely huge news to share with you guys. I could not be more excited, more shocked. Just I am just beyond words at this point, and I cannot wait to share my news with you. But I don't just want to sit here and have you guys just staring at me as I talk. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set up just a little project that I'd like to work on, and I'm going to show you kind of what it is here. And then we'll get into the big news while I just sit here and base my pieces for this EPP project. That way you can at least be watching me do that instead of just staring at me as I speak to you. Okay, guys, so I think I have everything all set up for what I want to work on here. And like I said, I just don't want you guys staring at me as I talk to you. I promised you that these videos wouldn't be boring like that. So this is a little project that I have been wanting to work on. I found this sewing pattern by emilycreatives.com. And it's just this little heart mini mat. So with Valentine's Day right around the corner, I thought this was an absolute perfect pattern for us to work on here. Now, the fabric that I'm using is going to kind of come full circle with what I'm talking about here today. So first of all, I have this fat quarter set that is a bonus fat quarter. So if you guys have ever shopped before at Keepsake Quilting, when they do fat quarters, and it's their like curated pineapple fabric fat quarters, you get what they call a bonus fat quarter. And it is a 21 by 21 pre-cut fat quarter, so a set. So if you just look there, super adorable Valentine's Day fabrics that I think will work absolutely perfect with this this little project that I wanted to do. So the other thing that I also had from them is from the same group, from Pineapple Fabrics, or from Keepsake Quilting, with their pineapple fabrics that they used to do here, where they did these curated sets. This one came with your, little 2.5 inch, your a 5-inch set, and then this one, which I'm assuming are a quarter of a yard there. So just, different sizes. And what these different sets did was they would give you a variation of different sizes that would coincide with one of their patterns. And you could pick out at checkout whatever pattern that you wanted to pick out that fit within that name of a person. So it would be like Diane or whoever that was there, that you would look like through the list of patterns and you would be able to pick one out. They've changed things up a little bit since then, and I don't know that they still have this, ability to be able to do this online, but this is an older kit that I had that I just never got to, so I thought it would be perfect for this Valentine's Day little EPP project that I want to work on. So I've already cut out I printed this pattern. So I already cut out my pieces. I used, I would say, probably an 80 cardstock. That should be absolutely perfect whenever it comes to basting your pieces here. So I've cut out a few different ones. What I wanted to start with are my hearts. So I'm going to do the hearts around the outside, and that's all I've actually done so far. We're going to work on that kind of as we talk here. So going back to, well, first of all, what I'm going to say is I did not cut these out perfectly. You are going to see some ragged edges. You don't even want to know the scissors that I used to cut this out. The nice thing with EPP is it doesn't matter. Those edges aren't going to be seen. Usually I am very meticulous whenever it comes to cutting and basting and everything. But this time I figured, the cutting isn't as important. I just wanted to get this video out to you guys. So here we are, we're just making it work. So the big news, back to that. Keepsake Quilting, if you guys know and have watched my Instagram videos, you know that quilting company has had a huge impact on me. So I am a newer quilter. I'm also a huge introvert, and I really struggled. The first few quilt shops that I went to in this area were very standoffish. I either would walk in and they would just act like you just knew exactly what you were doing and you should just be able to kind of navigate their quilt shop. And obviously it's overwhelming when you're new and you don't understand all the things to do with quilting. And it was just really difficult for me. So I experienced that. And then we went to another quilt shop that, I walked in the door and I almost felt like they were irritated that I was there. So then I got to a point where I told myself I was just going to do all of my shopping online. And I went on to some different websites. Of course, I didn't know anything about any of these different websites. I went on and I was as equally as overwhelmed there. There was just too much to choose from in the quilting world, and I didn't buy anything again. So finally, my husband stumbled upon the website for Keepsake Quilting. It was a little bit of a drive, like 25 minutes from me, nothing too bad at all. And he said, you know what, let's go. So he came along with me, which, made me a little bit more brave to begin with. But he came along and we went into this shop, and as soon as we walked in, it was a completely different environment. These ladies were just so welcoming, so sweet. They asked me if I had ever been to a quilt shop before, if I had ever been there before, and I explained to them that, I was very new to this and didn't really know what I was looking for. And the one lady walked me from like through every corner of the store and just showed me everything and explained to me the different fabrics, explained to me the different things that I would need, depending on what my goal was and what my plan was. And it was just the first time that I felt like maybe I could do this. Maybe quilting is something that I could take up, even if I don't have, a grandmother, a mother, an aunt, a friend who quilts, and that I could figure this out along the way with the resources, that are provided to me. And I just remember, feeling like part of a community at that point. And I spent, honestly, I think it was a few hours in the store just looking at everything, trying to figure out what my style was, what I wanted, what I was looking for in quilting. And then I left and we had to go pick up my kiddos from school, and we ended up going back a few more times. And at this point, I had, been tinkering here and there with quilting and EPP and some different aspects of, sewing. And they had their warehouse sales, typically a few times a year. Keepsake Quilting does warehouse sales where they just have a ton of stuff, and it is like amazing prices, and it is busy and just wild. And I recorded videos of, my walkthrough, my experience, and I posted them up on Instagram, for my 10 followers to see. And I felt so silly doing it at the time, and, was so scared to tag them in the videos. And then I went back to the next one, and then I went back a few times in between. And anyways, long story short, they were definitely huge in my quilting journey here. And in the last about 2 weeks ago, they reached out to me and they asked if I wanted to do an affiliate program with them. And of course, I was like, it was an instant yes. There was I needed to think about this. This is just something that I never expected would have happened. And, of all of my quilting journey here and everything that I've experienced, Keepsake Quilting has been the number one shop that has supported, my journey, my growth, my entire experience here, regardless if it is me quilting, doing EPP, buying, I got all the supplies there for my kiddos, nativity costumes, they have just been supportive even when they didn't even know who I was. I was just another shopper, and now even more so. So, I am very passionate about working with people that support me and support my growth, and I want to support their growth. And I think that we're just going to be able to team up, and I hope you guys are here, for this journey, and you continue to follow me, because I am so excited to work with them and see what we can bring. We've already started discussing some things about, doing a mixture of EPP and maybe adding in some new skills, bag making, foundation piecing, machine piecing, whatever. It is going to be a mixture of things that I already feel, I'm going to say confident, but a little bit confident in, and some things that are so new to me that you guys are going to watch me make all of the mistakes that probably every first person makes. And I hope that that alone is appealing in some senses. I want people to feel like if I can do this, they can do it, and that's part of this journey. I think that for me, there's going to be a lot of growth here. There's going to be just learning more skills and having more resources and an amazing team that'll help me even just with my questions. But hopefully for them, it's going to be somebody able to showcase their quilts and showcase new products that they come out with, and just showcase that even beginners can do this, some how-to videos, some just, little tips and trick videos. I'm still going to keep to what I promised in my first video. My videos are going to be short. They're going to be sweet. They're going to be to the point. And I'm hoping that you guys are on board with, expanding this beyond just EPP to really everything. Now, I lost my pen, my glue pen here. So I guess now you just get to stare at nothing. I apologize. But I'm really excited for this. I will say that, half of my story is about me going into Keepsake Quilting's store, and their brick and mortar store is now gone. They have gone to an online only store, which, I completely understand. That's just where the world is going. And we, hopefully will help to improve that online presence here with these videos. And, if you're interested in checking out their website, I will have a link to the website down below. But definitely, do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions about them or about my journey here. Definitely, like this video if you can, subscribe if, you're interested in kind of the long haul here and seeing where we are in another year, maybe in another 5 years. But definitely, come along with us for this journey. That would be just really appreciated and just awesome. I do thank you guys for, bringing me this far, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be known by such an amazing quilt shop. If you have any questions, or if you have any advice or comments on, hey, we'd love to see this, maybe, foundation paper piecing, or adding, your binding, or more detailed fussy cutting, let me know. Let me know what you're interested in seeing, and, or if all you want to see is EPP and, you're disappointed that I'm going to be kind of expanding here. But I hope that's not the case, because I really want you guys to, enjoy this as much as I am. But I just want to say thank you to Keepsake Quilting and allowing me to join, their journey here as well too.